Hello guys, it's your favorite sleep-deprived YouTuber, the Fire Brothers here. And today, I'm gonna be breaking down / talking about the Transformers Rise of the Unicron trailer. This came out of nowhere, surprisingly enough, especially because I got told by a very trusted source that I trusted they were not gonna do anything for the Super Bowl, and it turned out that that was not the case. So, Rise of Unicron is a fan-made project I've been talking about on and off on my channel. It's basically a sequel to Transformers The Last Night, and it's meant to conclude the universe, give, The Last Night and the Michael Bay movies an ending, something that Paramount kind of refuses to do for understandable reasons. And they just released their big Super Bowl trailer. So I already seen it, so I'm not gonna react to it, but I do want to talk about it because I think it's very interesting. And I know that this little fan project has a lot of fans. Right now, the first Rise of Unicron trailer, the first one they ever did, it's at 1 million views. This will technically be the second trailer, but it's kind of a Super Bowl TV spot ad for a fan-made trailer. So, yeah, make of that what you will. So, before I talk about it, I do want to say a little something. Yesterday I did technically 2 videos only. I did a live stream on the Rise of the Beast, new trailer. Alright, before we go on, so I just want to say that originally I was gonna upload this video the day after the Super Bowl, but then we had the news on Studio Series Mirage, then we had the news on, on Scorpion not being in Rise of the Beast, as well as us getting the official designs for the reboot universe Megatron and Rumble. I made videos on those 2 things, and Hasbro really didn't want me to make a video on this. They were really throwing roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. In case you guys want to know more about the things I just mentioned, or just catch up with the latest news, just check out those videos. I'm just saying this because I recorded this video literally a day after the Super Bowl. So if you hear past me constantly talking about how he's so tired from yesterday's events and stuff like that, then I am still tired though. I want to make that clear, but it's been a couple of days since then, so just keep that in mind. Then I did my reaction to it, and then I uploaded my trailer breakdown of it. If you just want to hear me talk about the Rise of Unicron stuff, skip to this timestamp in the video. I'm just gonna briefly be talking about my thoughts on yesterday with, the new Rise of the Beast trailer. Now, something I do want to say is that a lot of you guys did give me a lot of criticism in the comments down below. And I don't mean it in a bad way, I mean it in a good way, because in the video I did ask if maybe I'm being too harsh on the movie and the CGI and everything. I definitely do think there's something wrong, because look, the fact that we're even having that kind of discussion, should tell you, or at least give the general idea that there is something wrong to some degree. Now, as for the severity of how wrong that is, it's up to you. It's not up for me to decide. I definitely do think I've been a bit too overcritical of the Rise of the Beast trailers, but it's for good reason. I want the movie to succeed, and I need to point out this stuff. The more we talk about it, the more chances are it gets fixed. Now, granted, the second trailer has been fixing a lot of the issues I had with the first trailer, still doing a lot of things wrong, but I do feel like I was probably a bit overcritical, especially with the CGI department. Not all of it looked as bad as I made it out to be, but some of it just looks strange, a bit off, and maybe that's the thing that's getting to me. But I appreciate your feedback, and I believe you guys were very respectful in the comments, telling me that, clipping is something that happens in every Transformers movie. CGI being unpolished is something that has always been a thing, specifically during the Age of Extinction days. But from my point of view, I think that the trailers are basically like serving a meal at a restaurant, okay? I expect the meal to be served decently enough, well cooked and everything, but instead you serve me something that's, half cooked, halfway done. And in that regard, it's that's my first impression of the restaurant. So if you're giving me something like that, why would I want to check the rest? Why would I want to come back when you have better food, I know it's probably not the best analogy, but just to give an idea of how I feel. I'm still hopeful that the movie will get better. In fact, the CGI has been improving quite a bit, so we can only go up from here. But anyways, that's enough for Rise of the Beast. Let's now talk about Rise of Unicron. So I'm gonna put the link for it in the description down below so you guys can go and check the trailer out yourselves. And much like Rise of the Beast, the trailer here is still kind of unfinished. A lot of the CGI here is still not completely done. There's still stuff that they're working on. Apparently, from what I heard, there's a very, early in concept type of trailer. So we start off the trailer with a shot of Cybertron's tentacles? I still don't know what we're supposed to call these. People call them tendrils, but the tentacles, okay? And we see they're crashing into the earth, surprisingly enough, or at least it looks to be that way. Last time we saw it in the last night, Cybertron was, leaving the planet, getting itself unanchored from the planet. So either in this scenario, this is just straight off the events of the last night and, the planet is in the process of moving, or this is just like something that happens later in the movie where Cybertron, for some reason starts going back to the Earth, trying to anchor itself towards it. Next up, we get this shot of Optimus Prime, and in case you guys don't know, in Rise of Unicron, Optimus will have a whole new CGI model. I actually seen it fully rendered, it looks very good. When we see him here, his model is not fully rendered, at least I don't think it is, because for fan-made, this looks very impressive, but I seen the full renders of this guy, like the screenshots that the production has shared. Optimus looks fantastic fully rendered. I think this is sort of like a not fully rendered scene just yet, still very early on in production, and I choose to believe that. It looks really good though, like even if this was the final product for a fan project, this looks very good. And in case you guys are wondering, this is how Optimus Prime looks like. Now he says, he's rising, very clearly talking about Unicron, because, it's his movie and he's gonna rise. Now in this shot we see Stonehenge falling down. The Stonehenge model is actually pretty good. Like, I really like the, the earth falling down. And I think this is gonna be the thing that's gonna lead to the center of Unicron. In Transformers Prime, there wasn't exactly a gateway or something that led to the core of Unicron. But I remember that in Transformers Prime, Cybertron had the Wall of All Sparks, which basically led to, the core of the planet. My guess is that Stonehenge is gonna serve a similar purpose, which is like the core of Unicron, where characters are probably gonna travel to the inside of the planet and confront him. We get a shot of Dragonstorm here. This is from a while back. Looks pretty cool. Now here we have a shot of our new human character, our main human character. Unfortunately, Mark Wahlberg won't be returning because he is too expensive of an actor for this humble fan film to employ. But considering that Rise of Unicron is going for the Rise of the Beast route, in which, the robots are taking center stage this time around as opposed to the humans, this is completely fine. In my opinion, I don't mind at all. Up next, we see some scenes of our human character, being chased through the woods and like falling down. Not much to say here, but from what I've seen, and if you kept up with the whole Rise of Unicron, fan film production, it looks like this is gonna be a scene in the forest where our main character is chased by a Decepticon. Supposedly dead end, but don't quote me on that. Just from what I've seen, it looks like it's gonna be dead end that's gonna be participating in this forest chase scene. And in this shot, we see Cliffjumper transforming, and honestly, he actually looks pretty good. I was a bit taken aback by him at first, but that's probably also because some of the CGI still looks a bit unpolished. It still hasn't been completely rendered entirely to look crisp, but he looks pretty good. It's like a weird mix of 2007 Bumblebee combined with the Bumblebee movie Cliffjumper, which I honestly kinda dig it. You can actually see some Bumblebee parts around the crotch area and around the legs, and I think also the hands. And interestingly enough, he's pointing his hand cannon at our human character. This probably means that Autobots around the world still have some animosity towards humans for the whole, backstabbing and betraying and hunting them down thing that happened in movie 4, which in all honesty is completely understandable. Then we cut back to the title sequence for Transformers Rise of Unicron, and we get one final scene with Megatron. When we see Megatron, honestly, I was a bit taken aback by this because I was thinking that Megatron was talking and then, his mouth wasn't moving. But no, it looks like Unicron's actually the one that's talking to Megatron. And Megatron's eyes glow purple. Kinda like how Optimus Prime's eyes glue purple for Transformers The Last Night when he was possessed by Quintessa. Now it could be that Megatron's being possessed by Unicron here, or maybe he's getting some kind of power out from him. We don't know which one just yet, but as you can see, Megatron has his arm back and he has his sword back. Now can I just comment on Unicron's voice? Damn, it sounds pretty good. I'm not sure who's doing the voice of Unicron, at least I don't remember off the top of my head, but I have to admit it does sound genuinely really good. And that's it for the big Super Bowl TV spot. Now, how do I feel about this trailer? Well, it clearly is still pretty early in production, like they're still working on it, so obviously a lot of things here are not completely polished or finished. Maybe it's because these are different scenes or whatever, but I did notice that some scenes during the our main character running chase scene between what is supposed to be Cliffjumper or Dead End, the color grading like changed at times, and I thought that was kind of weird. As for Cliffjumper itself, I think he looks pretty good in all honesty. I think his Romo looks really good in all honesty. My only problem is that his mouth, like being open all the way, like during the whole duration of that, you know, little encounter, just looks a bit awkward. Other than that, I think this looks good. Even I think the Optimus Prime doesn't look half bad at the beginning. I still definitely do think that this is completely on render and it's still not finished. Like, I have no idea when the movie will be released. They were saying maybe next year, but who knows? It might take a little longer, it might take a little less time than that. Only time will tell. Overall, it was a very good move uploading this during the Super Bowl. It's doing pretty good. It's currently at 10,000 views. I'm not sure if it's gonna reach the heights that the first trailer did. This one definitely does feel a bit more rushed, but even for fan-made standards, this looks very good. And also something else I want to comment on that I did not notice until I was rewatching this, but if you pay close attention at Optimus, there's some purple on him. Now, it's a purple that stands out, and this seems to be a reflection of something. Optimus Prime here is looking towards something that emits some kind of purple glow. And as we see at the end of the trailer, purple is, you know, synonymous with Unicron apparently in this movie. And also Megatron. My guess is that maybe Optimus is looking at a fountain of dark energon, or maybe, you know, parts of Unicron starting to come to the surface, manifesting themselves into the world. That could also be it. It's a very subtle detail that unless you're paying close attention to, you won't be noticing. Again, I can't exactly say much to what he's looking at or what it might be because we just don't have that kind of information. And all of the movie is still shrouded in mystery, and despite me covering the movie extensively, I am as much of an outside viewer as you guys are. So we're kind of going into this whole thing blind. But overall, it's not a bad trailer, especially for one that I'm sure they kind of, you know, rushed to get out. But even when it comes to fan-made quality standards, this is actually pretty high on the scale. I'm actually genuinely surprised. Some scenes definitely look better than others, while others still need some work, but I'm sure it will continue to improve as time goes on. Even got people like the Name Brand Company commenting in the comments down below. If you guys like this little breakdown, or if you're interested in this project, I definitely recommend checking it out, going to the comments down below, and I don't know, like, say some nice things about the trailer or things that you might be excited about. If you guys are interested in me covering more stuff for Rise of Unicron, I will. Probably not very often, because the guys behind the project do take a while in producing this stuff. And that's not me calling them out or anything, it's just because this thing, like this much effort actually does take a whole lot of time and work and coordination. So the mere fact that we got this in general is actually kind of surprising. But yeah. Anyways guys, let me know what you guys think about this trailer. Did you like it? Did you thought it was a bit disappointing? Did you meet your expectations? Were you expecting this to drop in the first place? Because I sure didn't. It completely took me by surprise. So yeah. And in the meantime, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the annoying YouTuber stuff that the algorithm likes. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys. Anyways, guys, before we go, shout out to our incredible Patreons: Xavier the God, Stitch Productions, Scrub Lordo, Allspark Studio, Epic Nin, Lord Racer, Transformers Gears and Brawn, Optination Review, Joshua, James Newbold, Predator King Hunter Plays, Megatron 2006, Namek High, The Diamond Curse Productions, DJ Universe, and the newcomers Tristan Curry, Ben's Prince, and Super Sailor Former's Hedgehog. I need some air. And an even bigger shout out to our even bigger patrons, Jordan the Great and X23, who donated a amount of money. If you guys want to shout out yourselves, all you gotta do is donate to my Patreon. If you donate to my Patreon, you get quite a few rewards. You get to collab with me in some of my videos, you can request some artwork from me, you get special access to some of my videos early, you get a glimpse of some of the stuff I'm currently working on behind the scenes, suggest your own videos, new episodes on series I'm making on, and a bunch of other cool stuff that I haven't revealed to the public yet. But keep in mind that all of this is completely optional because freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Thank you to my patrons for donating, it's much appreciated. Make sure to go check out their channels, they're gonna be listed in the description down below. A lot of them make some really cool content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe, guys.